Page 70, If You're Happy and You Know It. On page 69, they're introducing another new note for you to remember. In the treble clef, two lines, see those little lines above or below a staff are called ledger lines. So we say, okay, second ledger line below the staff, that's an A. Remember, middle C is one ledger line. So the next one is an A. Remember, the lines are every other note. Well, that continues, and the spaces are every other note, but if they're the other notes. Well, an A is here, this A, below middle C, in treble clef. We've had this A in bass clef all along, but now we get it in treble clef. You need to just memorize that. Two ledger lines below the staff, treble clef is an A. Yeah, because two ledger lines below the bass clef is a different note. Careful. Let's talk about Happy and You Know It. 4/4 time. There's a repeat sign. We're going to repeat it. Got eighth notes all over the place. Now we got some claps. So let's cover the right hand first. Eighth notes. You're starting here. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. See right there? You're leaving the hand where you're just crossing over. We've had this before. Just relax the thumb. You can move the hand around if you're relaxed. Stay relaxed. And then those two X's thing, this is typical of more like drum music, is where they want noise, but there's no pitch to it. There's no note necessarily. And it's clap your hands. Yay, okay, but do it in rhythm. Okay, whatever. Gets a little tricky because now you're moving your hands up and down or whatever. You may have to have somebody around do the clapping for you so you can leave your hands on the keyboard. Otherwise, you got to get your hand up there and clap, and then back down real quick in the right spot. Not a bad exercise though, so try it. And that's really what we're doing. Now let's go down to the last line. You're here. 1, 2, 3. Now cross over, and this time you're going to go ahead and play the A with the thumb. I don't recommend using thumb again though. I don't want to move my hand around if I don't have to. So what I'm suggesting you do at the end, use third finger. Just stay there. Use third finger on that. Because you got to move anyway. And the last measure, it's a C way up here. You get a rest. After you clap, you got one beat rest to get up there. Okay. So that's what I'm recommending there. Left hand here, back to our C and G again. If you don't know what these notes are by now, take up knitting or something. I don't know. Then the next measure is a B. Rest, because your hand's needed for the other part of the clap. And then 4 and 4. So, third line down. Now it's an A, just here. You can leave the hand where it is if you want, or you can move the hand. It doesn't matter because you got rests. So you got plenty of time. If you want to move the whole hand, rest, and then you back down. Or leave the hand there and just thumb. Whichever. Last line, B again. And then here, clap, clap, rest. Put the hands together. Here, 4 and, because there's a pickup beat. We're coming on beat 4. 4 and, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, 1 and. Now I'm going to leave out the claps. I'll talk about that, why, and all that later. Right now, just play the notes. Rest, rest. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and. There's a thing in music we call ornaments. We haven't had any yet, but these claps are, I would put in that bucket of stuff I call ornaments. Not just I call them, lots of people call them ornaments. But I do the ornaments, I leave them out at first, and then I'll stick them back in when I do the articulation stuff. Then I put them in. These claps, to me, are ornaments, so I put them in when we do the articulation. Well, there is no articulation given. They're just a bunch of eighth notes, and most of them are repeated. So, but if there were articulation, then I would get the notes and the rhythm and all that, and then now I do the articulation, which means now I can add the claps. Let's talk about the claps. First line. Clap, clap. That's it. And then you got to get your hands back down where they go, at least the left hand. And so you work on the claps. There's different ways of clapping. You don't have to use both hands and clap them. You could clap the keyboard somewhere, or not the keyboard, the piano. Anything that will make a sound, a percussive sound like that, is what you're after. And that's really what it is. So maybe I'll leave one hand on where it is and use, since the left hand has to play immediately afterward, I'll leave it on the keyboard. I'll use the right hand. Hit the keyboard, like so. There are different ways of doing this. And since it's repeated, we don't want to play it the same way both times. Maybe one time you'll clap this way, and another time you'll just hit the piano gently. Don't hurt it. But something just to change it. Now we can add the dynamics. MF, mezzo forte, medium loud, moderately loud, sort of loud, yeah, loud. That's the melody. Anywhere you see words, that's melody. So the left hand is soft. Can you do that? Soft, right after each other. Clap, clap. So you put in the dynamics, and you don't have to stay exactly moderately loud. You can get up, down a little bit, louder and softer as you feel it. Then we do the speed. Happily, it's a happy song. Clap, clap. That makes the clapping a little more challenging because the faster you go, you got to get your hands ready. So, good luck with that. I'd like to play this with you very, very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. And we will repeat it because it's repeated. I'm not going to do any dynamics, so just play notes and rhythms. So I'll give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. 1 and ready and go and. Clap, clap. Clap, clap. Rest. 1, 2. Repeat. Rest.